Quad 6.6. Alright, so I've got the Soaring 122 here. I feel like I owe you a little DVR, so that's what we're trying to do here. I am putting myself at a bit of a disadvantage with two things. One is I have absolutely destroyed all my 3020 props, and so I am down to 3018s. Oh, I got it. I've been trying that so hard for so long, and I finally just got that. So that's doing this little split S through here. Came up a little short on that, sorry. But split S through here, and then following it up with that power loop. And that's so hard because this space in there is so small. So that's really a feel thing to get it to drop in there. But anyways, back to the quad. So I'm flying on 3018s because I'm out of my 3020s. So yeah, I like bi-blades a lot, but this quad just flies a little better in this space than the 3020s. I am flying this on 2S with the 13mm FPV cycle motors. It is at the higher kV, the 6350, or whatever it is. And then the other part that I'm hurting myself here is I am not flying this on 90 frames per second. I'm flying on 60 frames per second because the video quality is better and in terms of the resolution. And YouTube won't give you 90 frames per second, so you can't really appreciate the difference in smoothness between the 90 frames per second and 60 frames per second. So with those factors working against me, I of course crash it as I say that. Okay, so with those factors working against me, I want to show you what this quad can do. And that's this right in here. So this is a big, heavy quad because we're carrying that 90 frames per second camera, because we're on a digital system. And so that's why I'm on 3-inch props when I'd rather be on 2.5-inch, because you just need that extra prop to do that. But it's also why I'm on a 122mm frame, and this camera and everything else is tucked in like to the millimeter. I'm literally down to the millimeter in terms of spacing, and I actually had like cold sweats last night thinking, oh my gosh, are people going to build this the way I build it, and are they going to tolerate you know, the lack of being able to have like a really tall stack inside the frame? And I measured it out, and I think there's room. There's plenty of room for like a reasonable height, but you can't just throw anything at it. Like, you are going to have to be a little bit mindful of that with the build. My goggles are putting up so much fan noise right now. And in fairness to these goggles, I think it's like 105 out right now. So I've been definitely stress testing this system for heat. I am in Mesa, and we've gotten into the real heat of the summer. And so if I had any problems whatsoever with the tune being too hot, you would see it, because you would see the warnings and stuff. And you're not. You're seeing the warning on my goggle. See that flashing up in the left-hand corner? The goggles are like panicking, but you're not seeing it from the quad. So even though I have this quad fully strung out on the tune, it is not too much noise, it is not too much heat, the motors aren't burning up, and so that's like really reassuring that this is, you know, this build is doing what it needs to do to keep the noise down. I don't know, maybe not my most impressive flying here, but I think that kind of showcases some of like what you can get on this and why I have done this platform the way I have. Not a bad flight time, definitely easily over 4 minutes, and this is on the GND 550. So on the Tattoo we get even a little bit, well, maybe not a ton more runtime, but we get a little better voltage through the run. Alright, till next time, cheers, or maybe I'm going to do one more video. I don't know. Let's let's plug in another battery and I'll see if it's any good, and if it's any good I'll include it. If not, cheers. It's me. There it is. I gotta do that like 10 times in a row to get it down. Get that muscle memory in there. There it is.